So, what got me started with Funko Pop collecting? Well, you're looking at it right there. This is actually the set that first piqued my interest in collecting again. And they're not exactly Funko Pops, but they are by Funko, and they're close enough. I saw this set. I saw these at Barnes & Noble. I thought they were funny. I liked them. So I went ahead and I picked them up, and I got the whole set, and I put them on display. That was me collecting again. And the reason for that, and I've talked about this before, is because for a very long time, from about 2003 to 2012, I did not collect anything. The reason for that was because I had been through a separation and my collection got wiped out. My ex basically got away with robbing me blind. I went to work one day, I got served, couldn't even go home. She ended up with the house because she was residing in it. Lucky her. And the judge had ordered a separation of property, but it was never enforced. And so I lost a lot. And I was someone who was a collector slash dealer slash trader. I used to barter a lot of stuff in the Boston area in the late 80s and all through the 90s. I had a massive collection, personal collection, of things that I'll never be able to get again. The complete LJN Thundercats line mint on the card, the original release of Star Wars figures mint on the card, including the vinyl cape Jawa, the original 60s Major Matt Mason line, the complete Bionic Man, the $6 Million Man line from Kenner, all mint in the box. I mean, I could go on and on all day. Spider-Man number 9 through 320. Avengers 1 through 50. I mean, you get the idea. It's stuff that I'll never be able to replace. And so when I got the rug pulled out from under me in 2003, I just kind of hung it up. But, I found these in 2012 and I was like, yeah, put them on display because I liked them. Kind of forgot about Funko for a while, but it encouraged me to pull the stuff out that I still had. Like you see right underneath them there is a set of 1978 Mattel Suckermen mint in the box. Not these two. That's Darkseid and Calabac having a courtship of Eddie's father moment. But the Mattel Suckermens are under there, and I had a few items that were left that did not get stolen from me, that I did not lose, that I went ahead and encouraged me to pull them out and display them again, which led to me ultimately collecting again. That being said, let's go on with the tour. I don't have them all out. I have probably around 200 Funko Pops. A lot of them are on display in the office, which is what I'm about to show you here in the little Funko Pop tour. The rest of them are put up. But let's go ahead and get started, and we'll look down underneath here. And I'll wind this down so you can get a better view. Okay, getting started again. Here you see the Hong Kong Phooey Mobile, which is a favorite of mine because I used to watch that show. I used to watch it, big Hanna-Barbera fan from back in the day, so I was glad when I was able to pick that up. Aaron actually hooked me up with that. Thank you, Aaron. Guardians of the Galaxy Groot Life Size. Probably one of the best, in my opinion, one of the best projects that Funko has done with their Pops. And there you see Ant-Man and Giant Man. I know there's also an Ant-Man riding an ant. I don't have that one, though. And down there is the Alchemy. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I am not sure. But that is from Fantastic Beasts. I did not see the movie, but I do like the Pop. I think that's really kind of neat. The sea dragon there, it looks like. And we'll pan over and take a look at what's on the right side here. Kind of a Pop wall here. Not exactly, but kind of. I don't like stacking them too high. But I've got the Dorbz Planet of the Apes. Big fan of the original 60s Planet of the Apes, and I was fortunate enough to be able to track down all 4 of those from that series. A couple of Masters of the Universe. I don't have many of the classic Masters of the Universe pop figures. I'd like to be able to get a whole set. I'd have to go a little backwards on it because a lot of them have already come out and they're getting kind of difficult to track down. Complete G.I. Joe set. I just finished these because I got the Hooded Cobra Commander and the Storm Shadow courtesy of Dennis from Maz, that yard sale, that amazing colossal yard sale that I showed in previous videos. Dennis hooked me up with those. I got a great price on them. Kingdom Hearts. I have the Kingdom Hearts set. I don't play the game, but these are just for me kind of nostalgic of the old Disney. How Disney used to be when I was a kid, so I got these. And I've got the Greyscale Pete. My wife actually got me that. She tracked it down for me. I was never able to find one in a Walmart. Never. When it was available in Walmart, I couldn't find one anywhere. Cthulhu, he doesn't fit in here, but I had to put something in that spot. The Pac-Man series. I got the complete Pac-Man series here. And Q*bert there on the end. Some people ask, why does Pac-Man and Miss Pac-Man have a nose? That's because this is actually based on the cartoon series rather than the video game. They had a cartoon in the 80s. Now, directly underneath the Pac-Mans is sort of a Batman wall. On the left side are the 1966 classic Batmans, and then on the right are alternative Batmans and Batman imposters. Now I think I have nearly everything here except for the Chase Riddler, and there is a metallic version of that classic Batman over here on the left side. Right next to the other display case, you can see I've got the A-Team lined up there. Big fan of the old A-Team 80s show. Used to love watching that show. Down underneath the Batman, Ren and Stimpy, and then the Flash Gordon line. I actually had a really hard time putting that Flash Gordon set together. Couldn't find Flash anywhere. And the rest of my alternative Batmans and Batman imposters, I have pretty much everybody except for Zur-En-Arrh, which I'm probably not likely to find anytime soon. And down on the bottom there, I've got the Nightmare Batman, which I just really like that one. And since he's an alternative Batman, I fit him in there. There's really a lot of Batman variations and associated pop figures. So I try not to get too carried away with the Batmans because they'll just take over all the space. Now over on this side is my nearly complete Funko Dorbz Masters of the Universe collection. I really like this set, but I've been having a really tough time completing it. I'm still trying to track down a couple of pieces. I have one piece that's coming, and that's the new 2-pack from Funko. But I had 2 other pieces I've been trying to get, including the Chase Merman in blue, which I have ordered before and gotten the green one instead of the Chase that I paid for and had to return it. I've been having issues like that. The other one is the Walmart Faker that when it was released could never find one in a Walmart or online. It was never available. Now it's like 60 to 80 bucks for one, and I'm kind of reluctant to chase that down. And down underneath here, that one I did manage to find at Walmart, and that is the Black Flash, aka Zoom, Walmart exclusive. That one was on the shelf, but never did find that Faker. Moving along to the right, Street Fighter. And this is one that I had completed until they released more Street Fighter figures. So now this set is not complete. There's the Hot Ryu And then there's the Ryu Ken 2-pack, and then there's another version of Chun-Li, and then there's the chase of Ryu that had gotten really incredibly expensive very quickly. So I don't know how easy it's going to be for me to be able to complete this set now. But I'm going to do my best. You know, big Street Fighter fan. I played this in the arcade back in 1987. So hopefully I can find some more pieces to get that completed. Then coming around to the right of the room, you see way up there the glow-in-the-dark Thanos. Had to have him. And he does glow. Moving down, we've got the strawberry shortcake. That's Sean Cassidy in the background there. But that's the strawberry shortcake. I've got the two Dorbz, the purple pie man, which was the hardest part of the set to find. And then the rest of the figures. And, you know, this is partly due to the fact that I used to watch this with my sister, so it was somewhat nostalgic for me. And also they're scented, which makes them kind of unique. Up there is my Wonder Twins that I tracked down at FYE. Right next to Bosk Hikari, premium quality figure. My only premium Hikari. I kind of like the Hikaris, but I've been reluctant to get involved in collecting them because I've already stretched myself kind of thin with some of the stuff I'm collecting as it is. There's that Star-Lord chase that my wife found at a GameStop in Atlanta. I did a video on that. And a couple of versions of Groot. Love Groot. I've got my Dorbz Rides Great Gazoo. And then Ghost Rider is pretty cool. Down here a little lower on the shelf, we've got the Galactic Convention Greedos, which are Hikaris actually, but they sort of resemble Pops. And they are from Funko. They're associated with Funko. So they kind of count as Pops to me. Just like the Hello Kitty vinyls sort of count as Pops to me. And then, of course, the Monster Cereals 2-pack and Huckleberry Hound Funko exclusive. And I'd like to find the 3-pack from this set. I like the Monster Cereals. Moving on to the corner here, we'll start with the Dr. Seuss Dorbz, which I pretty much have a complete set. Half of it's here and half of it's down on the bottom of the shelf because I have it mixed in with the Dr. Seuss Pops. But the only one that's missing is the regular edition of the Thing 1 and Thing 2 2-pack. That is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive, which is flocked, and the regular edition is not. And I've got all of the rest of the Dr. Seuss Pops, including that Lorax, which I picked up not too long ago from Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble got a lot of really good SDCC exclusives. And over here, you see, actually, if you look on the left there, that's some Chatter Chums. Those are from the 70s, and they kind of look like Pops, don't they? My BAM exclusives as I go further and further down. And on the very bottom shelf is the rest of the Dorbz and my Dorbz Horton, which is actually bigger than the 6-inch Funko Horton. And you heard that whining in the background. That was actually Romeo, who just left the room. My cat. I'll show a picture of him in a minute. Since you heard him, you may as well see him. And that pretty much wraps it up for what's in the office. Right on the top of the shelf, right outside the office door, is the Conan the Barbarian set, along with Red Sonja, which is complete. And one thing that I really like about that set is it has the original artwork on the back. And right underneath that, Doctor Who. And this is all associated with the fourth Doctor, who is my favorite, is the fourth Doctor from the 80s. He's the one I'm most familiar with, the one that I used to watch when I was a kid. I do not have the TARDIS there. I'd like to track a TARDIS down, but I do not have one right now. And that's a basic tour of the Funko Pops and Dorbz that are in the office. Anyways, like I said, I have a few more, but they're put up. They're not on display. Don't really quite have the space for them. Don't forget that we're having a contest. It runs all the way till September 15th. I will put a link to the contest page down below if you're interested in entering the contest. Now's the time. You've got a couple of weeks left. Please like, share, and subscribe if you have not already. If you are a subscriber, please remember to hit that notifications button so that you will know when we have new content. And hey, thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Romeo, you're not in trouble. You don't have to run.